They continued walking, nothing much different compared to when they first started that day and the days before. James looked up to try and estimate how much time had passed. I could look at my bracelet for the time. James mentally shrugged. Though it was good to get used to being able to tell the time using nature, like the sun, it was also good to utilize technology if it was available. Tapping on the controls, the screen came alive. It's afternoon, so we've been traveling for more than 6 hours, James estimated. Behind him, Maya and Naylor were talking about information related to the mysterious civilization supposedly beneath them. The topic was interesting, but not enough to keep his attention, so he merely listened to it in the background. In front of the group, Kate didn't seem too interested in the topic like James. She would slowly turn her head and look at the surroundings. This was what the day was mainly composed of. The life of an adventurer wasn't always exciting and something that surprised many new people who signed up at the guild. People always expected that the day would involve constantly fighting monsters and rescuing people. Even guarding merchants was romanticized. The group didn't talk much, mostly paying attention to their surroundings. The problem with talking was that the noise had the potential of drowning out sounds of activities from the forest, like monsters approaching them. On the road, guarding merchants, it was possible to miss out on bandits making sounds before attacking. So James didn't necessarily mind the silence, though the occasional chatting was welcomed to break up the day. Still, no signs of animals, Kate commented. That seems to be the case. Raul agreed. James looked at the two, saying, I'm going to guess that it's going to be another day of nothing happening. Raul chuckled. If you had said that before this request, I'd warn against jinxing us. But I also agree. It's not like I'm welcoming monsters to attack us, but it is unusual that we haven't seen anything for what's been a couple of days. The pressure that was present in the background still weighed on them, a reminder of whatever was following them. James couldn't help but imagine what it'd be like to still feel it after months had passed with him not making any moves on them. I'm starting to wish that something did attack us at this point, Kate said, though it was obvious that she didn't mean her words. Behind them, Naylor and Maya had stopped talking, likely letting the conversation trail off. It's not like we won't have plenty of time to talk about it, James chuckled to himself. An occasional breeze blew past them, stirring up the branches. The movement of the branches was the main sound that could be heard as they traveled. James carefully stepped over rocks and then to roots next to them. His stomach made a gurgling noise as though asking when they'd be stopping for the day. It was the unfortunate part of them constantly staying on the move. They didn't have much of an opportunity to eat meals. It won't be long before we stop for the day. James mentally talked to his stomach, trying to soothe his body of his complaints. His eyes looked towards what seemed like movement. Not sure what it was, James kept track of the area while also paying attention to where he stepped. It wouldn't be a good idea to trip. Hey, did you see that? James asked the group.